calling was coming from the nature. What happened at the end of the Truman Show? He got on a boat. He made it out. And guess what he found out? That was a dude behind a fucking machine controlling everything in that terrarium. Now, I'm not saying it's that cut and dry, but there are people behind machines controlling things in the environment for sure. But I'm saying it's not one dude. It's a whole network, a conglomerate effort to keep this Truman Show going. Just like in the Truman Show, it took everyone to act out their script, and they could never let Truman know that this thing was all, that his whole reality was scripted. He thought that his responses were genuine responses when his responses were pre-programmed reactions that the script writer know that the crowd gonna do when the puppet do one thing. When the script writer writing a play, he know, okay, when I make these two kiss right here at this romance scene, there's gonna be a oh, and we gotta pause for that. We can't allow them to keep talking during that because it'll be muted out from the audience response. So the script writer gotta consider when the audience is gonna blurt out. And guess what's so crazy about script writing? The script writer dictates when the audience is gonna do what they do. The audience don't do it randomly. That's written into the play. The script writer know what scenes are gonna cause certain reactions. It ain't that. See, the people coming to watch the play, they don't know that it's a script written for them in the play too. The audience don't know that they're part of the shit too. Cause the script writer wrote, audience reacts all right here. And they stop for a minute to let you do that. And they know naturally some woman gonna fill that space with a oh, and everybody just gonna allow that to blurt out. They know human behavior. They turned this into a whole system of government of writing out scripts and knowing exactly how the audience gonna respond to this event, that event, that event. And when you tie all the events together, the end goal is the same to one end destination, which is Zionism and a digital police state. That's the civil unrest. It's got to be race relation problems. Think about it. They want AI to govern every aspect of our reality, which is why every aspect of society got to be dismantled and broken down so AI can come be the savior. What you thought, Christ was coming? Everything. They got to break down the romantic life, the dating life, so that people can rely on dating apps and artificial intelligence in their dating life. They got the fucking dumb your ass down so that you can rely on AI for your knowledge, and AI ain't gonna always be accurate for you. If you ask AI who discovered America, it probably give you a biased answer like Columbus. So it does have the people in power, it programmed their prejudices and biases into AI. There was a young black girl, she's into she programs software, very intelligent. I forgot her name. She was making headlines for exposing the fact that there is racism embedded into AI and that it's gonna be a problem. As AI gets smarter, it's gonna find smarter ways to act out its racism covertly to the point where black people won't even know how to identify racism no more. They don't now. And it ain't just black people, because when I'm talking about racism, you got to keep in mind, this is man versus mankind. It's the human race that AI is trying to exterminate by, it's like this AI saying, get down or lay down. Either you're going to become one of us or you're going to become obsolete. So every human that remains an organic, natural human, it's going to be hard for you because transhumans are coming onto the earth. People with chips that can access data in a second. people that can do the job of 5 regular humans because they got certain enhancements. That's coming. So it's going to force you to upgrade if you want to keep up with the capitalistic rat race. If not, regular humans going to go obsolete. So the entire world is being genetically modified, and the humans ain't off the table. So are you. It's going to be more GMO organisms walking around than natural ones, which is why the world outside is becoming less natural. There's something here living amongst us that's turning the natural world, or what used to be the natural world, into a habitat that's more suitable for it. And whatever it is, it ain't like us. It likes to breathe barium, aluminum. Everything that they put in the sky that's poisonous to you, you may say, oh, that's to hurt humans, but it's also to help them. There's another kind of creature on this earth that need plastic in the water. It need these all of that to keep it going. So we're coexisting with another humanoid life form, and it's terraforming the earth to an environment that's more suitable for it, but it's doing it under the guise of we're creating a technological utopia, because this other humanoid that I'm telling you about, it ain't some green alien from outer space. That's bull crap. This thing is a transhuman. It's ancient people that already merged with the beast or the machine. These pyramids have survived several cataclysms. You know why? These are ancient Wi-Fi antennas. Watch somebody laugh. Didn't nobody laugh at the Pharaoh when he said that the pyramid was built for him to project his soul to the stars? And what are the tech gurus saying about the future? That if you got the Neuralink chip, you don't gotta die, because you can simply beam your consciousness can be transported via Neuralink and transferred through any tower and wirelessly transmitted into another body, another drone. They got drones. If we can do that now in our time, what make you think the Egyptians weren't doing that? We read a lot of stories about seances, about magical spells where a person swapped souls with a person, and how humans was doing all kind of magic and voodoo with soul swapping, and people putting souls into bodies and into cats and stuff. And we finding out with Neuralink we can do all that right now. So what are the chances that the folklores and fairy tales we reading about ancient people ain't just folklores and fairy tales? It's them hiding the fact that ain't nothing new under the sun. That's right. History repeating itself, and we're entering a reset point. It's a looping. Time ain't a, first of all, they lied to you. Time ain't a line. Hold on. Time ain't a line. That's important to know, because when they say we're in the end times, ain't no such thing as the end times. We at the Great Reset, according to the Mayans. Ain't nothing about the end, something about the begin. And it's a new world. Let me show you, it's a new system. It's transforming right in front of our face, but at a rate where you don't even notice it till you look up and see how far we at. Watch this. Time don't do like this. That's a lie. This is a Gregorian lie. This right here, a timeline. That's silly. You know what the Mayans said? Check this out. The Mayans said, check this out. Time is a ripple effect, and that the outer ripples represent the past, the ripples that have passed, and the ones that are yet to come are the future. And wherever you are within the ripple effect, time is being dispersed from the center outward. This is why the Mayan calendar looks like a ripple effect. The Mayan didn't have a concept of the end of time. They had a concept of a great reset where time transforms and the world go into a different system of a whole nother way of living that's so different than the last age. So basically, let me break this down in a nutshell. Since time is a circle, let's simplify this ripple effect concept. Because time happens in cycles, and a cycle is a circle, cycle. It don't happen in a damn line with a bunch of events on it. What's happening in our world today has happened before because time is a recycling process. When they say that time happens in cycles, that's how you get the word recycle for reset. A reset is the point in time where everything recycles. That's when everything that the people in the past knew, it comes and meet the people in the future, which is why these resets are synonymous with awakening. We're in Aquarius right now. All of the knowledge that the Mayans and Olmecs knew is back to the earth. We teaching it now on YouTube. It ain't hitting no more. And that's why the Bible said, let the people with the eye see, with the ear hear. Because in the age of Aquarius, right, the past is meeting the future. So people are looking at Neuralink technology, different technologies, and they don't understand this is ancient Egyptian technology, ancient Mayan technology coming back to the earth. The 5G tower, the first forms of it were the obelisks that you see all around the world. The Bible told you those were Babel towers. What did that allow the people to do? Connect with each other all over the world. The Bible said they was on one accord. That would be the biblical way of saying they were interconnected. How was they connected? With technology. I can call anybody I want to call anywhere. The world connected. This ain't nothing new under the sun. So check this out. Time happens like in cycles. It's like a loop. But let me show you something about this though, right? So just think of a circle. Think of a circle. Now, this circle represents a cycle of time, an age, a count, according to the Mayans. Let's put a dot right there. You know what that dot represents? That's the part of the circle where the past meet the future. Because you got to think of time like a string. Instead of the string being a line, it got two ends, but they connect right here and tie a knot together. And it looked like that. If you will, you know, a knot. And that's the future. So time is like let me show you, time ain't a circle. In order to understand this, I'm going to show you. So time is a circle. The cycle of time that we in, it ain't a line. Think of a vinyl record. You know, when you play a song on a vinyl record, the time ain't a line, it's a circle. Now watch this. When we start the circle, this the present, but now when we move it, all of this become the past. Listen, everything, we about to make a circle, right? But everything we leave behind is gonna be the past. Let's start the circle, boom. We moving. Time ain't a line, it's a circle. And this is what time is doing. It's forming a cycle or a circle. And when you get back where you started at, remember, you in the future. But the future meets the past, they crash together. And that crashing together of the future and the past is a war of Armageddon. It's a snake biting its tail. It represents the old world meeting the new world, all of the knowledge of the old world coming back to meet the ignorance of the modern world, and that's going to be chaotic because they've dumbed the people down for so long, and now the knowledge of the past, it ain't that the past has came to us. We've reached the end of time. And the end of time puts us where the ancestors started at the beginning of this cycle. This is how Mayans taught time. This is how the Mayans was able to tell us everything that was going to happen before it happened, which goes back to the title of the video, Ain't Shit Prophecy. It's planning. It's patterns. If you study patterns, you won't be a dummy out here believing in fairy tales and prophecy. The Gnostics, the knowers, they don't believe in prophecy. They study and understand patterns. Predictable patterns that never change. If you pay attention to it, you pick up the pattern and you say, I know what's about to happen next. I get it now. Because that shit keep recycling back around the same way. With a great war, famine, drought, and man trying to play God. Man getting so smart with technology, everything fall apart, we kill ourselves. The ancestors knew that because they did it before. We ain't doing nothing new. All of the great kingdoms of the past reached the height of technology and disappeared. So did the Mayans. The Mayans literally prophesied and predicted their own downfall. Just because you know what's going to happen don't mean you can change it.